And we're back to Uncharted, Drake's Deception. At the Sanctuary? Question mark? Which is when the game starts really cramping up the difficulty for some of these encounters, but since the last area in the customs house, we've now been equipped with some of the better pistols and my personal favorite assault rifle in this game, an M4.
Nice.
Which is basically just an M16, but better.
I guess I'm not a gun aficionado.
Well, I say that only having knowledge on like the Vietnam era and M16s. I'm not even that much of a gun nut. Really, I just remember what I've been told from my dad's experience in the military.
By the way, I hope you remember that little booby trap fence thing earlier.
Oh, I wish I had my camera.
Disgusting.
Oh
take
God.
A picture.
Oh God. And after what happened on YouTube recently, oh God.
This wasn't made by the Spanish.
Like, you know who?
I mean, she is a documentary.
I know, but still.
I know.
She is working on a documentary.
But here's the crazy part, though. As I just said, this was made out of their plane.
Men are crawling all over the island.
They wouldn't. Something's been here since the trap was sprung.
Something or someone. Do you think that...
Remember all that foreshadowing and stuff? It's really cranking it up now.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We're being watched.
It's too quiet here.
Yeah, you know what? It's probably nothing. Let's just get out of here before we run into whatever's been chewing on this guy.
Okay.
That's a really gruesome death, honestly. And this game was rated teen.
Damn.
I mean,
I think actually
it didn't really show everything, so.
And now we get my favorite. I know I said earlier that the revolver was my favorite pistol in the game. I completely forgot about this one that's coming up. This is my favorite pistol in any video game ever. I don't know why it is. I just love how much of a punch it has. But unlike these guys that we're about to steal it from, it does not have laser sight.
Keep your head down. These guys have laser sights.
Which is why I'm going to be rolling all over the place, because it's supposed to mess them up. But these guys are definitely a lot more aggressive than the other islanders that we've been coming across throughout this entire game. However, they have more or less the same AI. The Desert Eagle, I fucking love this pistol. Nice.
Roman and Navarro can't be far off if they've left their attack dogs at the gate.
Imagine if they had Smith and Wesson 500.
Actually, I think the thing that I was first introduced to with the Desert Eagle was did you guys ever play that Flash game Ray?
Ray, no.
Nah.
It was actually kind of a weird game where it used the graphics of something like South Park, and it was like a choose your own adventure story that took really heavy influence from Grand Theft Auto. Oh. And yeah, that was totally on accident.
You dumbass!
Hi, I'm
totally
Nathan Drake, and welcome to Jackass.
I really hate these laser sights because you really cannot stand still with these guys, and getting in fist fights is like the worst thing that you want to do. It looks fucking ridiculous, but it'll get your results.
It looks like I'm just reminded of Dark Souls because it just rolls all the time.
I love that gif of
It was the guy. It was the guy on the treadmill, just like preparing for Dark Souls 3. Like,
no, it was WWE, and the guys just were rolling around the entire ring, saying this is Dark Souls in a nutshell.
Oh, that one.
My favorite one though, my favorite like video game parody sort of thing like that though recently is Video Games Betrayed by Ed, Edd and Eddy. I fucking love that video.
I was never a fan of Ed, Edd and Eddy.
Oh, you bastard. I love Ed and Eddy. I actually have every single episode on my computer.
It was just one of those shows that, I don't know, it was a bit too loud for me.
I'm just not obsessed with Rolf like everyone on the internet is. I think at this point I'm just trying to like rush past all the enemies. But this ends up proving to be a very bad idea because we are supposed to go this way. I'm just thinking a little bit ahead here.
That feeling when you're always thinking ahead, thinking ahead of. Actually, that happened with me with Arkham Asylum. Like I was, I ended up for a part of the recording. I think I brought it up during the commentary, but
you did. I just don't remember exactly what happened.
But like
we recorded that like months ago.
But like I remember bringing up, like I remember in one section of Asylum, I was thinking ahead, so it's the mansion. Because I was thinking ahead where I was going to the library, but I couldn't.
Oh yeah, you didn't have Dr. Young's thing.
I didn't have Dr. Young's fingerprints scanned, so it wasn't flagged that I was looking for the journal. So when I went to the library first and freed up the hostages there, I spent like a good 30 seconds trying to find the book, and I was like. Oh, and then it took me. What the?
What?
Yeah, Elena can die. That was the very first time out of all my years of playing this game that's ever happened to me.
Huh.
And I caught it this one time on technical camera. But again, I just went ahead and cut out the shootout because this area I died like probably 4 times. Just because the guys here are fucking relentless.
It kind of looks like, no, it's not that the shootouts are like the worst or like the weakest part of this game. It's that they just throw so many that you're annoyed.
Yeah. Yes, I have blown myself up on that before.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was thinking ahead, and I went to the library before going to Dr. Young's office. And I ended up putzing around just trying to find the notebook, completely forgetting that the notebook doesn't technically show up until you go to her office where the coding flags that basically you're looking for it, and then you have to
Let it go.
and then it shows up gently. But yeah, it's always like when you know a game well enough, but not too well, you always get situations like that. Like I've played for Arkham's. I know for a fact, like with Arkham City, that's not gonna happen because I played that game so many times.
That's gonna happen with me when I eventually record, and I'm gonna probably do this in the next month or two. Is start recording Jak and Daxter. Because Jak 1, I mean, I know that game more than any other game I've ever played in my life.
Yeah.
Just because I played it so many goddamn times as a kid.
Yeah, like for me with Arkham City, I know that game pretty much every second of that game. Like, I've just I've probably say like I could play that game in my head, even like just simulating it, because I've played it so many goddamn times. I know the layout by heart. I know the exact chain of events, pretty much sequence by sequence.
Same.
I I fucking love that game.
I remember one time at work, because I think I don't know if I've said this in one of our commentaries yet, but I'm a big fan of the Project Diva games, and Project Diva F has one of my favorite songs called World's End Dance Hall. And I remember at my work when I was getting really heavily into Project Diva F when it had just come out in Japan, I memorized the entire sequence of the song
to the point when you were listening to the song, you were playing it.
Oh, I do that every time I listen to any Vocaloid song now, and it's a curse because I can't help it.
It's like you simulate.
No, I was able to.
You simulate the game being played in your head.
Yeah, I'll say this: if you ever hear me listening to a Vocaloid song, you will see me do that. It is, it is a curse because
I do that with some songs like Guitar Hero too.
But World's End Dance Hall is one of the few ones I have memorized to a T. Next to something also like Tell Your World.
Shut up, old man. You told us that one a dozen times already. Oh, yeah, right. Of course I did. Memory's not what it used to be. What the hell's taking you so long anyway? Well, maybe you hadn't noticed, but most of these books are half rotten and written in Spanish. Yeah, well, hurry it up. The boss is waiting on you. Hey! Up there!
There needs to be a count how many times Nathan has said that in this entire series.
Yeah, it's a,
that's his catchphrase. That's his catchphrase.
He's like he has a whole thing where just like everything he touches. It's
everything
like
he touches turns to shit,
dies.
which he actually says in Uncharted 2. He says everything I touch turns to shit.
Yeah. Any building he walks in may as well just automatically make it condemned.
That is Uncharted 2 and 4 in a nutshell.
I mean, so he has the Dawn's Curse from Final Fantasy IX.
Which I'm gonna start playing next week, because I'm finishing Xenoblade 2 tomorrow.
Dude, Final Fantasy IX is just fantastic.
I know, I have it, I've bought it now, I just need to actually sit down and play it.
I think when we get back to the Daybreak RPGs, well, at the time of this recording, you know, because I was a dipshit and decided and thought streaming raw footage for South Park Stick of Truth was a good idea. Oh boy, yeah, no, it's not. So that's definitely gonna. I'm scrapping that as a live stream, making that a so I can actually edit the footage.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also do Pokemon as a commentary.
Yeah, like you can't show. Yeah, you can't show off murdering PewDiePie fans.
Huh?
Nazi zombies.
Oh.
Nazi zombie fetuses.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're also babies.
Right, but by the way, DC, you were wondering how Sully is surviving.
Yeah, I'm watching the cutscene. I'm watching the cutscene.
What the hell does that mean? You gotta admit, Sully, this all looks a little shady.
Yeah.
I mean, you tipping those guys off.
And miraculously showing up alive.
Now, wait a goddamn minute. Roman had a contract out on me. I needed to buy some time. All right, stupid mistake. I didn't realize they'd try and track us.
Sully, we would have been headed home with the treasure by now if you had just for once kept your mouth shut.
And you might have thought of checking for a pulse before running off and leaving me for dead.
We really didn't have a choice concerning what was happening at the time.
Look, none of that matters now.
All right, so how is it you're standing here breathing and all, huh?
Oh God.
You are not gonna believe this.
Oh boy.
Huh?
No way. Old Francis took a bullet for you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's not even thick enough.
Yeah, well, it still hurt like a son of a bitch, I'll tell you that. Anyway.
Didn't Mythbusters
I was about to bring up the Mythbusters episodes. Yeah,
like
they tested wallet, stacked wallet, a thin stacked wallet with bills and credit cards.
They did a deck of cards. I remember that.
Yeah, a deck of cards.
That
they
thing
did
is
a
only
Bible.
barely bigger than a passport.
They did a Bible. Well, no, a pocketbook like that. You know that the pages are condensed enough. I think they showed that it would sting like a son of a bitch, but it would stop it.
Right here in this monastery. Find the symbol.
Well, so it depends on the distance as well.
I'm also thinking of Stardust Crusaders.
Right here. All the clues.
When in the beginning, when Joseph, when
around
Joseph
the end.
All right, you boys.
Anyways, what were we talking about before this?
Don't even think about it, son.
Oh yeah, so when I scrap doing Stick of Truth, I'm still deciding what RPG to do. I'm probably gonna do Final Fantasy.
I thought you were gonna say Paper Mario.
No, Eric's doing Paper. Eric's handling Paper Mario.
Something about these statues.
Actually, did you want to do? I remember you and Eric were deciding over.
Can we not talk about Paper Mario?
Why?
It's a joke.
Well, no. We've been over this with Thousand Year Door. I'm talking Paper Mario 64.
No, I know. It's a reference to our Batman commentary.
That was one part, dude. It wasn't that bad.
What am I missing?
Basically, we were going on a tangent about Paper Mario, and then like 5 minutes later, when we had left that boat, DC said, "So about Paper Mario," and I had enough of talking about Paper Mario.
For me,
and I was like, "Can we just shut the fuck up?"
Look, I fucking
hate
leaving tangents unfinished. You should know that.
I
know. It's a thing for me where I hate leaving tangents unfinished.
Paper Mario is gonna be our like running gag with this shit.
For you guys.
Yeah. So, did you and I remember you and Eric were deciding over who's doing Paper Mario 64.
I think we decided I was doing the first one, and then he can handle Thousand Year Door because I don't really like that game that much.
And I remember you guys were deciding who was doing Paper Mario 1 and Mario and Luigi 1.
Huh. What now?
Actually, I think he forgot what you guys decided on because we were actually talking about that the other day.
Well, I mean, that's something that we can talk about when that time comes to it. But for now, it is about time to open up the vault. Okay, yeah, I was about to say, wait, why is nothing happening?
Well, this looks promising. Here, let me see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm probably I'm deciding between Final Fantasy 6, 4, and 9 for like.
If you do 4, I'll join you for that.
Yeah.
Come on, I'll be fine.
For which game to do for the RPG streams, for my part.
Okay. Take this with you. Leave it on channel 13. They don't use
Either that or just going back to Persona 3.
Yeah.
Nate,
because
be careful.
I'm probably not gonna go back to.
I love this cutscene.
Ow!
I would have loved.
Be careful.
I would have loved a Nelson laugh.
Okay.
Or like
The dead. Here we go.
No, not. Or like a cartoon bonk sound effects.
Bonk.
Yeah.
No, I should have ended it at that cutscene and just had the Seinfeld.
Or just this short bit like what you did with Asylum. Just edited the Tim Curry laugh.
I forgot I did that. Alright, well, we'll see you guys next part when we're going underground.